Hey Cowboys fans, let's talk about everything happening with America's team as we gear up for another intense week of football. There's a lot to cover today, from injuries to lineup adjustments and even a little bit of trade chatter that's floating around. First, let's dive in the latest on the injury front, because staying updated here is crucial for predicting how this team might perform in the coming games. For the Cowboys, the good news far outweighs the bad. Don Bland remains sidelined and is still not practicing, which is a minor concern for depth. But aside from that, the squad is looking relatively healthy. Trayvon Diggs was back to full participation today after being limited by an illness yesterday, which is great to see. Tyler Guyton, who has been dealing with a shoulder issue, was also a full participant today, so that bodes as well for the offensive line. Kevontae Turpin, who had a neck injury, gave an update that was really encouraging. He said he felt good and isn't worried about the injury, suggesting he's ready to keep contributing on the field. That kind of durability is vital for a team like the Cowboys, especially heading into a matchup where every player counts. Looking over at the Bears, the injury situation is a bit more complicated. Their report is filled with players who did not practice. Kareem Mamagaji was out again with an elbow issue, while TJ Edwards, Kyler Gordon, DeMarco Jackson, and Jalen Jones all struggled with hamstring problems. It's hard to ignore how many key players are dealing with lower body injuries, and that could impact their ability to execute plays effectively this weekend. Grady Jarrett was limited due to a knee injury, showing a little more progress, but still not full strength. And DeAndre Swift continues to deal with a quad issue. Their starting lineup isn't exactly at full capacity, which certainly tilts the scales in the Cowboys' favor, at least on paper. The confidence level for the Cowboys heading into this matchup might be hovering around 7 out of 10, which is solid but not overly confident. There's a sense that the team is strong, well prepared, and capable of handling the Bears. But football is always unpredictable. One of the more interesting developments at practice today was Tyler Booker working out at the center position, with Cooper Beebe going to injured reserve. Brock Hoffman is expected to start at center, followed by TJ Bass as the next option. But the Cowboys are preparing for every contingency, and that includes seeing how Tyler Booker handles the spot. He hasn't started at center in a regular season game before, but the team has been working on his versatility during the preseason and offseason, so it's not entirely new territory for him. Position flexibility like this can be the difference between maintaining stability on the offensive line or falling into chaos if injuries strike. It's also worth noting that while Tyler Booker may not actually start at center on Sunday, the coaching staff is smart to prepare for the possibility. This kind of foresight is crucial because depth matters in the NFL, and when injuries occur, you don't want to be caught off guard. A player moving into an emergency position can be disruptive, but it's better to have someone ready than to have no options at all. It's clear that the Cowboys are thinking several steps ahead, not just about this game, but for the season as a whole. Switching gears slightly, there's been some buzz about potential trades. Specifically, the idea of the Cowboys pursuing Bengals edge rusher Trey Hendrickson. While it's a story that's getting some attention, the likelihood of it actually happening is extremely low. The Cowboys could technically fit him under the salary cap, but the Bengals have already committed to him financially, and any trade would likely require more than just a second-round pick. Even with the logic that he's cheaper than some other elite edge rushers and has produced consistent sacks, the practicality of such a trade is questionable. Adding another edge rusher isn't necessarily a pressing need, with Javi and Clowney already in the fold, and the Cowboys have been actively targeting that position in the draft over the past few seasons. The conversation around Hendrickson does highlight one thing, though: teams are always evaluating options to maximize talent while balancing salary and draft picks. For the Cowboys, the focus seems to remain on internal depth and strategic preparation rather than blockbuster trades. There's some speculation that players like Trayvon Diggs could be part of larger trade discussions in the future. But for now, the team's priority is to keep the current roster healthy and performing at its best, with Savoni, Revel, and Don Bland potentially returning in the coming weeks. The Cowboys might not need to chase external solutions at all. What is clear from all of this is that the Cowboys are managing a delicate balance between keeping players healthy, exploring depth, and preparing for every scenario that could arise on the field. Every practice, every positional adjustment, and every minor injury report is analyzed to ensure that when Sunday comes, the team is ready to execute at the highest level. And with the Bears dealing with multiple injuries and limitations themselves, the opportunity for Dallas to capitalize on these circumstances is significant. The team's approach to flexibility and readiness demonstrates an attention to detail that often goes unnoticed, but can be the difference in a tightly contested game. The narrative this week isn't just about who is on the field or who might be traded. It's about how a professional football team adapts to evolving challenges. The Cowboys are looking to maintain consistency, develop younger players like Tyler Booker in key positions, and ensure veterans are ready to step up when needed. It's a balance of preparation, skill, and strategy. and watching it unfold in practice gives fans a sense of the behind-the-scenes work that leads to success on game day. Continuing with the Cowboys, one of the most fascinating aspects to watch this week is how the team manages its offensive line depth. With Cooper Beebe on injured reserve, the spotlight falls on Brock Hoffman as the expected starter at center. But what stands out is the way the coaching staff is preparing for any unforeseen scenario. Tyler Booker's work at center might not make headlines, but it's exactly the kind of behind-the-scenes preparation that defines a team's resilience. He hasn't started at center in a regular season game, but his intelligence and adaptability make him a reliable contingency. This flexibility is vital because the offensive line is the backbone of both the running and passing game. One weak link or injury can cause a ripple effect across the entire offense. So having a player like Booker ready to step in, even in an emergency, reflects a level of foresight that can save the team in critical moments. In addition to depth considerations, the Cowboys' injury updates continue to provide reassurance. Trayvon Diggs returning to full practice is a huge boost to the secondary. His ability to cover, tackle, and create turnovers gives the defense an edge that cannot be understated. Meanwhile, Tyler Gayton returning after a shoulder issue means the offensive line remains strong. And Kevontae Turpin's positive report on his neck injury ensures that the receiving core stays dynamic. These updates may seem minor on paper, but in a league where every yard counts, having players available and healthy can be the difference between winning and losing close games. Shifting focus to the Bears, the list of injuries and limitations paints a picture of vulnerability. Multiple hamstring injuries, a knee concern for Grady Jarrett, and a quad issue for DeAndre Swift suggests that the team could struggle to maintain peak performance. In football, timing and chemistry are everything, and injuries disrupt both. The Cowboys coaching staff is undoubtedly aware of this and will likely strategize to exploit these weaknesses. It's not about underestimating an opponent, it's about recognizing opportunities and capitalizing on them. A team that can adapt and adjust to the opponent's limitations often finds itself in a more favorable position before the first snap. Turning back to the offensive side of the Cowboys, the quarterback room is another area of interest. Dak Prescott's leadership is always a focal point, but the presence of capable backups ensures that the team isn't vulnerable if unforeseen circumstances arise. TJ Bass and Brock Hoffman provide security in the center and line positions, while the coaching staff has clearly invested time in ensuring everyone understands multiple roles. This level of preparation is critical in the NFL, where injuries and unexpected situations occur every season. The flexibility to shift personnel and maintain execution without missing a beat is what separates playoff contenders from all rants. Beyond the immediate injuries and depth concerns, trade rumors add another layer of intrigue, even if they remain highly unlikely to materialize. The chatter around Trey Hendrickson, for instance, shows that teams are always evaluating ways to strengthen their roster. But it also highlights the limitations of pursuing high-profile acquisitions mid-season. The Cowboys front office has historically focused on internal development, drafting, and strategic roster management rather than chasing headline trades. While the idea of acquiring a player like Hendrickson generates conversation and excitement among fans, it's unlikely to disrupt the current team structure. That doesn't diminish the value of these discussions, though, because understanding potential moves gives fans insight into the team's priorities and strategic thinking. Another intriguing aspect of this week's preparations is the potential for young players to step into meaningful roles. Tyler Booker, working at center, exemplifies how the Cowboys are investing in developing talent beyond the immediate starting lineup. This approach not only provides depth, but also ensures continuity in the team's philosophy and execution. Developing players in realistic scenarios during practice prepares them for high-pressure situations, reducing the risk of catastrophic mistakes when they're called upon. It also gives the coaching staff confidence that the team can handle adversity without significant disruption to their game plan. Special teams and receiving units also deserve attention. Kevontae Turpin's health is crucial for explosive plays and maintaining the passing game's rhythm. His confidence in playing through a minor neck issue is encouraging and reflects the mindset of a team determined to overcome obstacles. Every reception, block, and yard gained contributes to the overall momentum, and having players willing to step up despite minor injuries can make a significant difference over the course of a game. The bigger picture for the Cowboys this week isn't just about one player or one injury. It's about building a team that is adaptable, resilient, and prepared for anything. The balance between managing injuries, preparing backups, and fostering young talent illustrates a well-coordinated approach to football that emphasizes both strategy and execution. It's not enough to have star players. A successful team must also have depth, versatility, and a readiness to adjust when circumstances change. The coaching staff's focus on flexibility and preparedness ensures that the team can maintain high performance even under pressure. Looking ahead to the matchup with the Bears, all of these factors converge to create a narrative of preparation and opportunity. The Cowboys entered this week with a healthy core, depth, and key positions, and a coaching staff attentive to both immediate and long-term contingencies. Meanwhile, the Bears face challenges due to multiple injuries potentially impacting their timing and overall execution. This contrast emphasizes the importance of strategic planning and readiness in professional football. Every practice rep, positional adjustment, and player update contributes to the team's ability to perform under pressure. It's a reminder that in the NFL, success is rarely accidental. It is the result of meticulous planning, adaptability, and an unwavering focus on maximizing every advantage. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In what could be one of the most talked about moves of the offseason, the Dallas Cowboys have reportedly agreed to terms with star running back Derrick Henry, sending shockwaves through the NFL landscape. Sources close to the team suggest that the deal, still unofficial, would give Dallas one of the most formidable backfields in recent memory, pairing Henry's punishing power with Tony Parr's explosive speed. If confirmed, this move could signal a shift in the Cowboys' offensive philosophy, blending bruising ground and pound football with versatile, high-octane plays out of the backfield. Rumors have been swirling for weeks about Dallas's interest in adding a marquee back, and Henry's name repeatedly surfaced as a prime target. The Titans' workhorse has been one of the league's most dominant forces, capable of turning short-yardage situations into highlight reels with his rare combination of size, speed, and endurance. Cowboys fans have long clamored for a true feature back to complement Parr, and whispers around the league suggest this pairing could redefine the NFC East for years to come. Insiders say Henry was intrigued by the Cowboys' offensive system and the opportunity to share the backfield in a manner that could preserve his legs while keeping defenses on their heels. Analysts are already speculating on how head coach Mike McCarthy might deploy the duo, with possibilities ranging from traditional I-formation power sets to creative split-back formations designed to exploit mismatches. The prospect of Henry's downhill running, paired with Parr's ability to stretch the field, presents a nightmare scenario for linebackers and defensive coordinators alike. While nothing is official yet, social media has exploded with fan reactions, ranging from elation to cautious optimism. If true, this signing could instantly elevate Dallas into Super Bowl conversation territory, giving quarterback Dak Prescott a ground game that demands respect and opens up the passing attack like never before. As the NFL rumor mill churns, one thing is certain: the Cowboys' backfield, should this deal be finalized, just became one of the league's most dangerous and talked about units. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next